Hello, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies, and all those of you who are ever going to be watching this video. I am Julian, the modern guru, and I am sharing with all of you my passion, love, and joy for life. Because let's be honest, in this life, on earth, it's not always easy. It's not always pleasant. Also, when we are watching what's happening in the world around us, all these big changes that are taking place, and so on and so on. However, I went through all these incredible changes that also now the collective is starting to experience. I went through them in my own personal case, and I'm still going through some of them. And resistance was very strong at times, very, very strong. And I'm describing it now very politely and gently. It was a living hell at times. Because when the new energy, when the new is coming in, the old resists. It's simply the way it is in duality, in polarity, yin-yang. You can call this whatever you want. And it's all right, because nothing is wrong in all of creation. It's your own creation. However, we are living in this movie game called Earth, and we made some arrangements, agreements based on our choices from before we even came to Earth. And now it's all being changed. It's all being transcended. It's all being cleansed. But it starts in you. It starts with yourself. And I dedicated my whole life to this service, to humanity, to the world, and to myself. When it's gonna be all said and done, there are gonna be some amazing stories to be told, and I've got lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of them. So I will share for the joy of creation, for the beauty of celebration. And I will also be honest and direct regarding the fact. You see, I love these rhymes. Rhymes are such a wonderful expression of spontaneity, of flow of life. Indeed. I wasn't planning them. They just came out of me, from my soul, from who I truly am, from life, because life is me. So what I wanted to say is that accept yourself exactly as you are. I know it's easier said than done, but beloved one watching this, it's the experience of Earth that pulls you in, that sucks you in. It gives you the feeling that you are this little, small, limited human, or that you are this powerful and strong and controlling man or woman. It's an illusion. Power is an absolute illusion, ultimate illusion. However, to release all these shackles, all these stories and interesting ideas we bought into, the one needs to choose it and be willing to go beyond it, to do some steps in this direction. I don't necessarily mean hard steps or fighting or pressuring or pushing, but passionate passionate ones, passionate acts, acts where you trust. When you trust, the reality doesn't have any other choice but to deliver to you. But it's essential also to be present. And in these videos, or if some of you are going to listen to it in the audio form, we invite you to be present. To be present. And you're going to say now, well, Julian, what does it mean to be present? Impossible to describe with words, essentially. However, I'll give it my best shot. Feel the feeling. When you are present, you simply observe. You know that you are freedom. You know that you are the master. You know that you are the creator. And you see all these energies as they are without judgment. Because from the point of your presence, nothing is wrong or good or better or worse. It seems absolutely hard for your mind to comprehend such thing, but look into my eyes and see the mirror of your eternity, of your divinity, of your presence, and simply feel it. Let's take a soft, sweet, deep breath together. And let's allow the love, the real love, to flow. Love is acceptance. When you love, you trust yourself. But also let's have lots and lots of compassion for everything that's being transcended, for all the stories that are living, for everything that served you from your old choices, from old stories. Let's bless all of these events, all of these creations, all of these interactions, all of these people, all of these years, all of these lifetimes. Let's bless them with gratitude. Don't worry, no need to do anything. It's energetically happening while you are here. Blessing them. And even if some parts of you are still kind of fighting with you, or you have a hard time with letting go of some things or accepting them, that's okay. Let's add even more compassion, and also have the compassion for the parts that simply can't be accepted yet, or that they need time to completely dissolve, so you can evolve into the new version of you, the living God, the limitless, the freedom, whatever you want to call it, and also however deep you want to go. There's no rule, there's no right or wrong thing to do. However, those of you who are here, who are watching this, you know that you are here with a certain energetic choice, and that you wouldn't be watching this video if you wouldn't be allowing such conscious flow into your life. So, wonderful, wonderful for you. However, we invite you to let the old that wants to go to be cleansed, wisdom distilled, and you'll see everything then from the soul beauty perspective, not anymore from the limited human eyes, where you were a victim, where you were the abuser. You are both. There is no one without the other. Sometimes you play more in one aspect, another time in the different one. However, it's a game. It's a big, big, big game from which you gain so much wisdom. The wisdom and the light that now shines into this world. And the more you let yourself be integrated, from your point of presence, being conscious means being enlightened. Each conscious moment is the enlightened moment. And eventually, for those who are going to allow it, is it gonna become the everyday reality non-stop? You're still gonna see things happening around you, but you won't be infused in them. The free being is emotionless, a very difficult thing to achieve, so to speak, on Earth, at least until the year 2021, when I am recording this in September. Cheers to all of you. And to myself, let's celebrate ourselves for being so brave, you know? I come here, I shine, I share wisdom, I share my light. I help many beings remember if they choose so. But not each and every moment of mine is pleasant. I also deal with my emotions, with my humanity. Because something is to say I am the living God, the one also speaking here, and I am the free being, which I am in my essence, absolutely the one addressing you. However, there's also the expression of me, called my human self, which requires a lot of attention, my body, my mind, everything that's being integrated. I've written stories about it, about extreme challenges I've put myself into. And I'm openly sharing it with all of you. There is no perfect human. And my saying says that, well, I don't know if it's only mine, but I absolutely love it. The deeper the darkness, the grander the master. And so it is. Because the deeper you go and explore realities from different angles, different points of view, the more wisdom you distill, the more expanded you become. You deepen your consciousness, you expand your consciousness. And you are consciousness above it all, beloved one. And yes, I'm also human. The human who had a very special mission to accomplish here on earth, so to speak. The words here are a bit superficial, but they will suffice for this explanation, which brought up a lot of victim roles in me, a lot of abuser roles, a lot of body pains, mind pressures, headaches, and I could go on and on. Lack of friendships, lack of finances, loneliness at times, fights with people, catastrophically difficult emotions to handle. And yet, here I am still. I as the real self. I am one and I am many. If one expression of me is going through the big shift and transformation, that doesn't mean that I'm not already my enlightened self, which I am, and so are you. Your realized, enlightened, limitless self is already here. It's simply the matter of allowing it, of feeling it, of remembering it, of opening up into it. That's what I love to say. The limited opens up into the limitless. And if you choose to stay on earth as an enlightened free being, you can embody your divinity, which is something totally new on earth right now, happening in the new energy era. And I'm excited for it beyond any words. My human, on the other hand, goes through a lot of transitions and challenges and stuckness at times, because I'm doing it at an absolute forefront of all of creation. This is something totally new on earth. Already the term enlightenment and ascension and all of this is a total, let's say, let me find the right word. Yeah, it's a total fairy tale for most beings. However, this fairy tale is more real than any of the realities most beings live in. But the act, the play, the game was created in such a way that we forget who we essentially are. You know, at times I tell my friends a joke. You see, we are all gods, creators, who created Earth, who created all these experiences. And now when I'm sharing with the world that I am God, that you are God, that you are the creator, the limitless one, people are sometimes fighting with me, so to speak. They don't want to hear it. They are like, no, all of these things, you're crazy, Julian, and all that. Seriously, can you see the irony? We are the gods who forgot with a purpose. And now, when we are trying to remember, and some of us share about it, we are being called crazy, so to speak, although we are telling the absolute truth. People are fighting for their limitations, and they will keep on fighting for their limitations, because the limitations are very seductive. Let's feel into this one. I invite you to feel into your own life. Feel into the seductiveness of limitations and how attractive they are in a way, although you might not like them anymore. On a certain level, they are just so sticky. Maybe not pleasant for you anymore, but still serving, still pleasuring some part of you. So let's now just take a few more soft, compassionate, but deep breaths and remember who we truly are. It's an invitation. It's the mirror here. It's not something you have to do. But if you're watching this, you know you are addressed. You are addressed. From me, but essentially from yourself. Yeah, and all these limitations are sometimes screaming and shouting while they are being released and integrated, and you are transcending them, and like that opening up into the real self of yours. Why? Because, you know, so many years, in certain cases even lifetimes, you were playing these roles, you were playing with them, and you know, they're like children. They're like friends that you spend a lot of time with, but now you don't want to play the same game anymore. So they're gonna let you know. And they are letting you know. Depending again on your personal stories, let me say that again. But if you are choosing it, it's already happening. And the less you resist, the less it persists. Okay, that was a planned rhyme. I was feeling it sour coming up. However, sometimes it's not so easy not to resist, or certain parts simply resist so much on autopilot. And when you come into such space of consciousness, into the point of presence, these things are being stirred up because they need to be if you want to be free. It's not pleasant, it's like the surgery. You know, if you have a bullet in your body, it simply needs to go out, otherwise you're gonna die or have serious problems. But when the surgeon does it, it's not the most pleasant of experiences, is it? However, it can be done with much more ease and grace. It's for you to figure it out, how your ease and grace and abundance and joy are expressing in your life. But when you are present, also the things that want to come to you easily, they come to you then. If you are not present, then the consciousness with all its gifts, your real self, your soul bringing you all the gifts, the easy, wonderful potentials, it simply cannot find you. You are not there to receive it, so to speak. It's metaphorically expressed. However, you get the point. Being present means being in the awareness of yourself. It's the feeling. You cannot make a scientific project how to become present. Well, I can create an energy course and such videos and transmissions. These are kind of energetic pathways to allow it. However, it's not the mind science. The mind can simply open up into it. And the words I'm expressing here are the soul expression, are the conscious expression. For all those of you who are interested, when I speak these words, it feels like I'm going to say it now from my human perspective. How I, as the human, am interacting or seeing these sharings where I share from my limitless self. It's like I would simply allow myself to open up and let this part of me, this essence of me, speak through me. And sometimes my mouth simply moves in this flow of consciousness. I'm not considering what I'm gonna say. It's simply flow. It's simply flow. Like I would be watching myself through another self of mine, through another part of me, for the lack of better words, and everything starts to relax. It also stirs up things in me which are still resisting, especially because I'm also integrating a certain deep resistance in my body. Like I explained before, to make embodied enlightenment real, it needs to be done. But I'm trying to make, or trying is not the right word, however, it sometimes feels that way. Trying to make my life as fun and joyful as possible, also while all of this is happening, also while these big stories are being integrated. So yeah, no need to judge anything. Not even the judgment itself. Let's not even judge the parts that do judge. That do judge previous experiences, maybe experiences that are happening now, or potentially upcoming experiences. No. Let's make a cut here. Let's say a clear no. No, 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 not anymore. Let's see the life from the eyes of soul beauty. Let's trust life. Let's trust ourselves. So the whole integration and celebration, because essentially all of it is the celebration of life, you just don't see it yet, or at least not all the time. And if some of you do, well, congratulations. Your life must be awesome. Or at least your life is very conscious. It's not bad. Nothing is better or worse. It's all the sacred experience that each and every being goes through. And if you really want to be free, you do not change them, because anything you try to change tries to change you back. It's again this duality. So the absolute compassion is the answer, but the real compassion, not suffering together with others, but holding your ground, standing on your feet, so to speak, in your presence, allows the compassion for all of your parts and for everyone else, for everything else. Let's allow this now here, if you choose so, and let's have a short experience of absolute compassion and acceptance. That's the real healing. Whatever it is, beloved friend, it's okay. You never did anything wrong. All the experiences were sacred, even if they don't seem so right now. You'll see after some time. Everything that happened, even if you felt like a victim or feeling guilt because of being abuser, anything, shame, blame, pain, suffering, losses, diseases, lack, it's all sacred. It's all presence. There's presence in all of it, because everything comes from consciousness and presence. It's the energy serving consciousness. So how could anything be any less than godly if everything comes from the God, and that God being you, the God self, the creator self? It's all sacred. If needed, breathe softly, deeply, lovingly through all these feelings that you don't want to feel, or better expressed, through all the emotions that are hard to be accepted and that are hard to feel. But when you feel them, when you really feel them, you heal them. Feeling, the real feeling is healing, and feeling is presence, feeling is awareness, feeling is being right here and right now, in the so-called now moment. Because then you are simply in acceptance, energetically. It's very important to allow this energetically, because if you're simply saying it, it's a wonderful step. However, it's not gonna enable everything to dissolve and to be seen with the eyes of soul beauty. Feeling is healing. Feeling is healing. Feeling is healing. And it feels so soothing after some time. Maybe at the beginning you encounter certain resistance. You don't want to feel, you don't want to think, you don't want to see certain things, acts from your so-called past. But once you bravely go into it with the fearless acceptance and you simply sit with it, you can breathe, caress yourself, simply being present in the now moment with all that you are, because all is you essentially. Then you will start feeling the beauty of each and every creation you ever made, encountered. Nothing is gonna seem bad or unjust anymore. And you're also not gonna feel like you have made others suffer or anything like that. You will see it all for what it really is, the expression of God. You, the real you. I am Julian, the modern guru, in service to all of you. Thank you very much.